Bonjour, hi my loves. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. So this is my proper official comeback video, and what a great way to come back for me on a video where I talk shit about straight men. Because have you seen what's going on pop, like in pop culture? It is crazy, and not in a good way. Not in a, oh my god, I wish I wasn't single. It's in a, thank fucking god I am single. Because what the fuck is going on? I feel like that's the thing with man. What the fuck is going on? And it's always the recurring question. Because truly, what the fuck is going on? And before I start, I just want to highlight two things. First of all, I don't know why every time I talk shit about men, it's always straight men who are watching these videos, and I'm like, my channel is for the girls, the gays, and the days. I don't want no straight man, okay? So do not click this video. I am not for you, and you are not for me. But unfortunately, God made me into man, you know? Second of all, this video isn't scripted. And if you are a recurrent viewer of this channel, you know how dangerous it gets. For me, for the target people that I'm talking about, for everyone. So, let's see how my brain decides it's going to be in this video. So, for those who don't know, for my girly pops who haven't followed what's going on, there's a lot going on. First of all, you have Hailey Bieber, and it's so sad, but it's so funny because the internet is funny, but the essence of it, it's sad. There's like a trend going on that's mainly Justin Bieber, I guess, started it. And this trend is I hate my wife, final boss. People are calling Justin like a hater of his wife because there's so many instances, there's so many compilations, there's so many TikToks of Justin just seemingly showing some, I don't know, showing some facets of himself that aren't the best. Maybe it was at bad moments, maybe he wasn't in the best state of mind, I don't know, but a lot of fucking videos and moments where Justin is just straight up being kind of an ass to Hailey, his wife. And this whole Vogue cover situation, Hailey just received, finally had the opportunity to be on the Vogue cover USA. She was on Vogue covers on Vogue covers before, but this time it was the first time alone and for the Vogue USA version. And Justin sang this whole thing about like, oh, you know, it reminds me of the time where I said you'll never be on the Vogue cover. Like, honestly, hand on my heart, at first I was like, oh, he's just, I didn't think too much of it because I'm like, oh, he's clearly trying to say, oh, started from the bottom, now we here, like, like, I thought you would never be there, but here you are, which is still kind of weird, but I kind of understood the meaning the meaning behind his statement. And at first, I didn't think too much of it. And my friend sent me the whole TikTok about the situation, and I told her, I don't think too much of it. And she's like, girl, be fucking for real. She's his wife. Why is he disrespecting her so publicly? And also, it's not the first time that Justin shows some behavior, says some things that it's like, Justin, there's cameras, there's people filming. Please, if you want to act like that, act foolish. Actually, never act foolish, but like, if you really have the urge to act foolish and like, I don't know, do it at home. You have a big fucking hectares space of homes, multiple homes. Go to Canada, go to fucking Antarctica and say mean things if you have the urge to say it. And that's in the worst case possible, because I am not condoning men disrespecting their wives at all, but like, don't do it when you know you're in public. Like, keep it to yourself. Pull up your phone, write it down on Notes app, I gotta say to Hailey that this was weird. I don't know. I gotta be mean to Hailey at home. Again, I am not condoning men to be mean with their wives, but just like, don't do it fucking public. Actually, never do. I feel like you know what I mean. And so when my friend told me and made me realize that if it was like an isolated like situation, like if Justin had never had this history of constantly like being mean and disrespecting his wife, it would have been fine. But because there is a history of him being mean and disrespecting his wife, what are you doing? This is her moment. Not only was it her moment in the modeling sphere of her life, it was also her moment. It was the same day where it was announced that Rode was going to be at Sephora in the fall. First of all, it was about time. Thank you, Miss Hailey. Second of all, it's like double homicide. Like, this day will probably be a day that every year Hailey will think about. Oh my god, on May, I don't know what day, 28th, let's say like that, not only did I receive my first Vogue cover, USA, Rode was announced to be at Sephora. And now, because of fucking Justin, she will forever think of like, oh yeah, it was also the day my husband publicly humiliated me again. And it's so sad that in this sentence the word again is present. You know what I mean? It's so sad that it's so recurrent. And I feel like for Hailey and Justin, I will end here because I don't want to speculate on like his mental state and like the things that he's doing, his recreativital what? If he's doing drugs or not. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to speculate. They have a baby, like, at all. And I just feel bad to like even saying all those things because you can assume from the recent times that we've seen him publicly that there's something going on. And with the whole thing, the P. Diddy trial, and like, I just want to still say that I can criticize it, as if Justin will ever see this video. I can criticize you on this moment of your life, but I don't necessarily hate you as a whole person. And I feel like we kind of, in a weird way, I feel like we have to ignore Justin with so much peace and love. And I know that he's posting a lot recently, probably like trying to promote new music coming. Well, he said that there's new music coming up, but like he's doing so many stuff that it's like, oh, Justin, take off the phone. Justin, actually, maybe have someone who's like filtering what you can or cannot say on social media, what you can post or not. Like, the fact that Mother's Day was like in the beginning of the month, it was the first Mother's Day of Hailey because it was the first time for her to be a mom, and you have Justin posting on his fucking Instagram story, I hate Mother's Day. What the fuck? And I get it. Maybe probably he was talking about his mother experience and like, you know, from what we have seen in the media, like of how difficult, you know, it must have been for him to grow up in such a hard industry that is the music industry and not have the support of your parents. Like, I fully comprehend that. But the timing, bro, the timing for it to be Hailey's first time celebrating Mother's Day as a mom, for you to post that? For you to post that, oh my god, like, honestly, I send prayers to Hailey because that woman has strength, that woman has patience, and that woman, I don't know if I fear or if I'm glad, but I'll never be a Hailey in my life. Not to say that I am putting myself above Hailey Bieber at all, but just like, I will never have such patience for a man. Call me selfish, I don't care. Truly. Because men, through the whole, through history in general, have shown us how many ways they find, how many, funny enough, creative ways they find to disrespect us. Again, I'm talking about heteronormative, like, relationships. And I feel like I don't want to sound like so like pessimistic and like kind of Emma Chamberlain when she just broken up with role model and she went with this whole like podcast episode saying like, I don't believe in love. Love is like not fake, but she said like a lot of pessimistic shit about love.
Is it just me, or is it starting to feel like romantic love is just an illusion? It's not real. It's in our imaginations. It's just all a dream. And once we wake up, it's all over. We don't want to wake up from this dream, but we have to eventually. Romantic love is just an illusion. If you're in love romantically, it's because you're delusional. Wake up! Is it just me, or is it starting to feel that way?
For me, who has never been in a relationship, for me, who is in my early 20s, and I see how men act. I hear stories from friends. I see fucking Hailey Biebers of this world being treated, how they are badly treated, and it's like, what? What? And on top of that, they are cheaters. Like, again, I'm not talking about Justin and Hailey now. I'm talking in general. Men. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna take a sip. Okay. Guys, I just saved your ears. I was about to scream so fucking loud. So I was saying, men have the absolute audacity, and I've said this statement in a previous video where I talked about Barry Keoghan and Sabrina Carpenter, and I don't know why. Straight men saw this video and they hated on me, and I was like, I don't care about your opinion, because as I said, this channel is for the girls, the gays, and the days. And they have the audacity to cheat. I've never seen a pretty man cheat. They've all been ugly. And for example, Austin McBroom and Catherine Paiz, I think that's how we pronounce her name. Huh? How the fuck? It's not how the fuck is he cheating? How the fuck is it cheating? I said it. It's like, for me, who has, in the beginning of the whole Ace family, like, sorry, them becoming Ace family, I used to follow them. And like, Austin, you were only interesting because Catherine is. Austin, I was only watching her content because of Catherine. Austin, you wouldn't be there without Catherine. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. And for those who don't know, Catherine was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. All to say, it was surprisingly a good episode. I feel like when Alex Cooper has on her podcast like big A-listers, her interviewing them is really like giving yes people like, oh my god, slay, yes. And she isn't asking like the questions that we all want to hear, or she is when it comes to A-listers, but like from the moment they give their PR shit answer, she's like, okay, slay. But when it comes to like YouTubers and influencers, I feel I feel like it's a fact at this point. She's more open to ask the hard hitting question. On the episode with Catherine, it was so interesting and so sad to hear how many times Austin McBroom disrespected this woman, and she revealed that he confirmed cheated with her with 3 different women, and there's like illusions of like being 20 or more? First of all, how the fuck? Again, no shade, but how the fuck 20 women want Austin McBroom? Because he doesn't got money like that. And in the Call Her Daddy podcast, like, Catherine explains, like, they had to give back their home. They're not rich like that. He's not famous. We only know him because of Ace Family. And why is Ace Family so successful? Because of Catherine. By the way, the 3 things that I'm talking about all happened in the same week, which is insane. Or at least in the last 2 weeks, which is like, what the fuck is going on? The other thing is there's this content creator named TheWizardLiz. If you need some dating advice, if you are like kind of searching who you are, who you want to be more aware of your self-worth, I really recommend you to go watch and listen to TheWizardLiz. She is this amazing woman who honestly just speaks facts. Honestly. And recently she met a man named Landon. Landon, I don't even care of pronouncing his name correctly. Their whole relationship, they got married. She is pregnant, 4 months pregnant. And this man cheated on her. Which, not only, I mean, technically, he tried to cheat on her. He texted a girl on Snapchat and was like, oh, want to meet up and stuff. And the girl, props to that girl, because she is a follower of TheWizardLiz, and she was like, aren't you married and isn't she pregnant and stuff? And he is saying like, oh no, but it's not real. What do you mean it's not real? And the girl he was Snapchatting to, why are you cheating on Snapchat? Not promoting, not supporting cheating at all, but Snapchat is giving like kids. Anyways, I'm not saying that the girl was a kid at all, but like, Snapchat is so immature. But again, what am I expecting from men? And a girl texted Liz, and she was like, hey, and sent screenshots, and she was like, hey, this guy who's like your man is saying that. And Liz broke up, divorced, everything with this man. And it's so sad to know that this man manipulated her. He purposefully cheated on this woman after the abortion period, after 3 months, I think. Why are men? Why are men? And the fucking whole audacity of it all, it's like, you are cheating, but you're not even that it. You know what I mean? I feel like us women, sometimes when it comes to love, like, we get to like, oh my god, he's amazing and stuff, because we have like these love blinds, these glasses, and we're like hyping the man too much than what he is actually. That's why you gotta like surround yourself with true girls with strong female friendships, or any friendships in general. And like, and I'm not saying this as in a way to shame Liz at all, I'm just talking now in general, because the men have the audacity to cheat. They're not even providers. They're all in 50-50. Hey, I already hear the girls saying like, oh, but 50-50 relationships works for me. If it works for you, girl, go. Like, I'm so happy for you. But what I'm trying to say is that they're adding nothing to our lives. We have our own jobs. We're paying our bills. We're paying our taxes. We're paying our own flights. We're paying our own luxury items. We are doing all of that. We are asking nothing from you. And if you are the type of girl who likes a provider man, go on. Like, I'm so go for it. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I'm just trying to say, in most relationships, at least around my age and from what I've witnessed, we are asking nothing from you, only love and respect and loyalty. And you're not even able to provide these emotional, personal things? What do you mean? So, what's your purpose then? And I truly wonder. I feel like I've said this maybe before in a podcast episode, but I truly wonder, for those who are serial cheaters, at a certain point, maybe it's a hot take, but like, maybe you're playing in the wrong field. Because why are you cheating so much? You know what I mean? Maybe you don't like have a certain fulfillment with women. Maybe you should explore your horizons. And I'm talking for serial cheaters. As if there's casual cheaters, but like, I feel like you get me. But, yeah, so why are they cheating like that? And they don't even like, not that, I don't know. And it's so, speechless. And I feel like it's so sad to say, because as much as you make sure that he's a great guy, make sure that your family and friends like him, make sure that he fits into your criterias, and not like necessarily like he needs to be 6 foot, like more in like, does he have a bachelor degree? Does he have a driver's license? Does he know how to pay his own bills? You know what I mean? Like basic stuff. Some things that I've said aren't basic, and I'm well aware that it's not everyone who's privileged enough to, like, for example, have a bachelor's degree. Some, it takes them more years because they need to pay for it, and I'm well aware of that. But for those who are privileged to have those things, to complete those things, and they choose not to, what are you doing? Truly, what are you doing? Because it's like it's so funny, these TikToks of like, there's girls who are showing like different dating profiles, and they're like highlighting and like circling like things that do not make sense. For example, the men who are like 36, and like the question is like, what are your dating goals? And it's like, I'm still looking for what I want. You're 36. My hands are shaking because I do not understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Is it a Virgo in me? Is it just a woman in a fucking dating pool with like straight man? It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't get better by age either. Because I have some friends who are like around my age, like a year or two younger than me, and they're like, oh my god, I want to date an older man, because not that older, like not in a are you good, but just like, I don't know, how old am I? 23. Example, they're 22. Example. They're 22, and they want to like date someone who isn't under 28 and up, and I'm like, girly pop, men are men. And when I say men are men, it means they're dogs. And you may think that with age they learn. They don't. Age truly doesn't matter. Do not take that. Do not fucking clip that and put it on TikTok. Age matters when it comes, like, I'm not saying like go date 35 years old when you're 21. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that when it comes to men and they're like frontal lobe, if they ever get to that point, I feel like us women, it's like 25, our frontal lobe is developed. Some it's sooner. I feel like it's never later than 25 for us women. Man, I feel like there isn't an age, because does it ever get developed? Truly, and I'm not saying this to be shady, truly, does it ever get developed? And talking about frontal lobe and stuff, some get developed. Some men, their frontal lobe gets developed, but in bad ways. They, for example, in a bad way, is they educate themselves to know how to manipulate women. They try to be, oh, this nice guy, this cute guy. Oh my god, he's written by a woman. Why are you doing that? You're so embarrassing. You are so fucking embarrassing. Truly. Clip that. Clip that, send it to your ex. But like, huh? Why don't you take this time to get your driver's license? Why don't you get this time to get higher level education? For all the girlies who are listening and are in a healthy relationship, keyword healthy, please cherish it so much for us single girls. Because, huh? And again, I cannot complain. I do not get out of my house. And oh my god, I gotta say an anecdote. The other day, I was at a thrift store with my friend Ariane. Hey Ari! And she was, we were both like trying on clothes, and I finished first, so I was waiting outside for her. And while I was waiting, there was a guy with his friend who was like, kind of like, I saw him come to the line. So, and we kind of made eye contact, and at the same time he was asking, oh, is it like for like fitting room for women or men or both? And I was like, oh, it's for both. And I was like, okay. And then while I was waiting, I wasn't on my phone, nothing. I was just enjoying the boredom, you know? Sometimes that's what I like to embrace sometimes. Just enjoying the moment. People watch, see what the people who are waiting in line, what they chose, like the pieces and stuff. Like, just enjoy the boredom. And this guy, I didn't realize it at first because I'm never the type to be like, oh my god, he's talking to me. Not that he was pretty or anything, but like just, I don't care. I don't care. I'm like having a moment with my friend. We both took our time off for this day to meet up and hang out and find clothes. Why is a man talking to me? And he's like, I don't really remember what he said exactly because I kind of blacked out, but he basically like was trying to get my attention and like talk to me and like say, hey, hello, and like literally trying to get my attention. And I was such an icon. I was not looking at his direction. I was enjoying my boredom alone. I acted as if I didn't understand the language. Just to show you how much I wasn't paying attention. And then, so embarrassing, this guy starts to like speak Arabic because, you know, I'm Moroccan, to kind of like get my attention. Again, blacked out. Even, I remember not hearing a lot, but I remember him trying to show off that he can speak Arabic. Good job, your parents like taught you your mother's tongue, like wow. And I was just so embarrassed for him, truly. And his friend was, I feel like he just knew that his other friend was like a lost cause because it was just on the phone and really acted like I do not know this person, which is icon. But like, why like, you know, the audio, why can a man be there? Why can a man be there?
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off.
It was literally how I felt because such a shame for you to bother me while I'm hanging out with my friend. Yeah, you saw me alone, but I don't give a fuck. And it's so funny because at a certain point, Ariane was like, she had like more pieces than it was allowed to like enter in the fitting room. So after she tried out all her pieces, she went outside to like switch and try other pieces. And like the moment that she came out of the fitting room, it's like my soul came back and I was like, hey, like all girly pop and like happy. And the man literally was like, it was like, oh wow, like you are understanding what I'm saying. You are choosing to ignore me. And it's like, yes I am. Yes, I am. And it was my first interaction with a man since graduation, which is a year ago. Except for like if I'm like at a coffee shop and the barista is a guy, you know? It was my first contact interaction with a man. All like what is going on? Do not talk to me when I'm at a thrift shop, when I'm with my friend. Do not talk to me. And on the other hand, I'm like, well, if you're always in your house, if you're not on the dating apps, if all your friends are girly pops or gays, and gay, and gays, and if the time to go outside is with your friends, then when is the man supposed to talk to you? Actually, if the face card is worth being talked to, let's be for real. If I'm hanging out with a friend and there's a man, dun, 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 you know the audio? This type of man, I'm like, forget everything that I just said. Talk to me, take a seat, hang out with the girlies, take your drink, we're gonna talk. Not necessarily like, but how many kids do you want to have? But we're gonna have a good time with my friends. Also, I am not this type of girl to like let my friends behind and like hang out with a man. Phobia, vomit. In this day and age, when most of them, not me, have their big girl jobs, they took the time off not to rest and like re-energize gain back their energy that they've lost from their 9 to 5, and they've woken up so fucking early, and they also gotta hang out with their boyfriends and with like their families, and like they have so many things to do in their lives, and they chose to take this moment with me to spend with me. I am not leaving a girly pop behind at all. And honestly, I'm letting you take a seat if you are like amazing. What? If the face card is giving, let's be for real. But and I will ask my friend, of course, because of course you'd be like so mesmerized by me, and it'd be like, oh my god, I gotta sit with them. What am I saying? You know what? Yeah, he will be mesmerized by me. What the fuck? I should know who I am. What the fuck? I should watch back the Wizard Liz, because for a second I doubted. In me. But on that note, I feel like I rambled a lot of shit, and I surprisingly didn't hate much on men, because you know what? It is sadly expected that men are a disappointment. I feel like if I hear someone tell me like, yeah, he cheated, I'm not even surprised anymore, because it is so expected for men to do so. We are so used to it is expected, and we're so used to hear that narrative that it's like it numbed us when it shouldn't, you know? And I feel like that's truly sad. And I feel like it should be like, yes, it is forbidden, but like it should be like legally forbidden. If you're married and he cheats, so embarrassing. You know what? So embarrassing, and even more for public figures, because one day your kids will see that. And I'm talking to you, Austin McBroom. One day, Elle is gonna tap on Google and see that her dad cheated on her mother. The Catherine Paiz, who was once seen with Michael B. Jordan. Truly speechless. And I feel like, is there a community out there? I think there is, like in my city or like in my region, of like exposing cheaters. I want to be a part of that so much. I just want to know, like, imagine if the only guy that I'm like, He's intelligent, he's funny, my friends love him, my family loves him. Let's do it. And I learned that he like is a serial cheater and he cheats on me. Let's be for real. My friends who are my real life friends who are watching, because I do have some, will you back me up if I come up to your house and I'm like, I have a body in my little car, in my Fiat 500, whoops, in French, Fiat? I feel like I'm saying another word, Fiat 500. I have a body. I don't know how I put it there. I mean, I do know how, adrenaline, but like, do you know a spot? How many of you will be like, okay girl, give me a coffee, I'll be there. I just want to know. I just want to know. Will I ever do that? I hope not. Am I capable? Hope not. But if it, God forbid, if it happens, I feel like on TikTok people will be like, well, he deserved it. And that's the current state of the world. The dating pool. So on that note, wow. I was afraid for a second of like, do I still got it? I think I do. Tell me. So on that note, I hope you have a beautiful night of sleep. I hope that your man, if you are currently in a relationship, isn't cheating and that he'll never will because you're so above his league. You are so smart, intelligent, pretty, and funny that even the thought of it never like comes into his mind. I hope that also you're in a healthy relationship. And for those single ladies, one day it will be your time. Not now, because what the fuck, what the helly, but one day. And I feel like I will be rewatching this video with my future man, husband, I don't know, and we'll both laugh, and he'll know that if he cheats, I have friends to back me up because his body will be my little car. Hey, I feel like in a How I Met Your Mother moment. That's me talking to my future husband right now, and I will have a prenup. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna leave. Bye.